Welcome back, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer, so now let's talk silver. Folks, we have huge, important news that just broke. This could be game changing. This could change everything. See, Indian demand skyrocketed last year, record breaking. Hundreds and hundreds of millions of ounces were bought from India, and that was a huge impact. Now remember, India is part of the Brics nations. But check this out. New investment options could increase Indian demand even more. See, here's the thing. India's silver imports hit record highs in 2022. They bought so much silver out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. So did Russia with gold. I mean, we're talking about the Brics nations. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. India has been going so hard on silver lately. But now there's even more investment options. So we're going to break down this, and this could be a game changer for silver. We already know that there is a shortage of silver. We already know the LBMA vaults are near empty. We already know the Comex vaults are near empty. Same with the LME, the London Metals Exchange. There's not much silver left. And now we have another country in the Brics nations adding even more opportunity for silver to get bled down off the Comex or anywhere and just make this whole entire silver supply deficit mess even worse. This is big, folks. I'm not exaggerating when I say this could be game changing. So we're going to look into this, but first, I am doing a massive silver giveaway, and the entry video is open. You now have a chance to win an entire tube of sealed Eagles. An entire tube shipped straight to your front doorstep. All you gotta do is click one button, go over there in the comment section, and I'll explain the rules. I cannot thank, look at some of these comments. I cannot thank you all for the massive amount of support. It's been overwhelming, but I love all of you. And, even though there's already 1,000 comments, there's like 900 and there's 2,000 comments. Okay, wow. 2,000 comments, everyone just telling me how much they love the channel. And it's overwhelming. All I can say is I appreciate every single one of you. And may the luckiest stacker win. The link to that giveaway entry video will be in the description or the pinned comment. May the luckiest stacker win. Now that we got that out of the way, let's jump into this very interesting article. So this is posted March 1st, yesterday, by Shift Gold, one of the, if not most respected and trustworthy sources. Silver demand in India is expected to increase with the introduction of new investment products. India already ranks as one of the world's biggest silver consumers, if not the biggest. As of last year, they just took out the market, cleared it off the shelves. This is one of the several silver-related stories in the latest edition of the Silver News, published by the Silver Institute, which I call the Holy Grail of information. And that's just like this title doesn't lie. Facing facts. Numbers don't lie. You can try to be all conspiratorial and bust out your tinfoil hat and strap it on tight, or try to say that we're over exaggerating, or that we're just that we're speculating. But no, the silver shortage is logistically, statistically, a real thing. That is a fact, that we don't have enough silver, especially to go green, it's a mess. It's a mess. And anyone who tells you otherwise, that the silver supply deficit is not in critical danger, they aren't looking at the numbers. So anyways, traditionally, Indian investors have favored holding physical silver. But according to the Silver Institute report, trends in Indian silver demand, the introduction of new investment options, including silver exchange traded products, or also called ETPs, and digital silver, will give Indian investors new opportunities to invest into silver. The introduction of these options won't likely replace physical silver, but it will provide investors with more liquid ways to invest into the metal. Now, here's the thing. The Comex is already a facade. All of those contracts on the Comex, they're supposed to be an equal amount, a 1-to-1 ratio amount of that silver in the physical world. So if there's X amount of contracts and someone tries to turn that contract into physical delivery, which you're allowed to do, then you should be able to, or that person on the Comex should be able to get that ounce. But there is nowhere near that amount of physical silver floating around. Actually, they say the 250 to 1 ratio. Every ounce of silver you hold in your hand that you have in your safe, 250 other people theoretically own that same ounce on the Comex. They don't own the ounce though. If every single person tried to turn in their contracts into physical delivery, the Comex would be exposed. It would freeze. It would collapse. And we are headed that way. And it is inevitable because they've pick and chose. They've turned the tables. They've made this such an illegal mess, by the way. And it's kind of funny because JP Morgan, which is the shadiest bank, always got caught over and over again for manipulating the price of silver. 3 of their employees got sent to prison, and they are head of the Comex as well, or some of them. It's just funny. It's just funny. If you ever watched Ted Butler talk about the Comex facade, I highly recommend it. I've covered his articles before, but he breaks this Comex facade down so good and explains how much potential, how valuable silver truly is if the Comex was not doing this, right? And that's same with the 250 to 1 ratio. All you have to do is add spot price times 250, and that can give you the price of silver. Because that is what they have, that's how much they have set the price back. And then like Andy Schechtman says, silver's price is the greatest tool of misdirection. Price is the greatest tool of misdirection. People think if the price isn't exploding, then why should I invest into it? That's because India can now buy boatloads of it, and they have been, and so is Russia, for a cheap price. Not after it skyrockets. Why would they want to do that? Set the price back. No one else invests into the metal except the ones that understand its potential, like us. Then the rest of the world will catch on after it already exploded into triple digits. Anyways, as the world's 6th largest economy and foremost silver fabricator, India also plays an essential role in silver and gold investment demand, historically recognized in that market as savings and investment assets, a reflection of low penetration of banking and other financial products. Today, with new investment products available to Indian investors, India's role in silver investment has the potential to grow. Grow even bigger. We're talking about India clocking in 8,800 tons of silver in 2022. That is insane. We're talking about like 700 million ounces from that country alone. Remember, global production's only like 850 million ounces at a good year annually. Think about that. So these new investment options could increase the demand for silver in India and ultimately impact global demand for the white metal, like I was just saying. The latest edition of Silver News also highlights some of the other fascinating technological advances using silver, along with some developments in the silver market. So I'm not going to go over these highlights. Usually when I cover the stuff from the Silver Institute, you guys don't care too much. I think this stuff is fascinating, seeing that experiments using silver as add-on antibacterial, showing promise to treating waste from poultry farms, and silver-coated test strips help doctors confirm heart attacks. That stuff is interesting to me. But every time I talk about silver, or the little types of cool things about it, people don't really care. I do see this though, and this could be something that's actually of much importance. Even though very small amounts of silver are used in solar cells, at the rate that the solar industry is growing, solar manufacturers would require over 20% of the current annual silver supply by 2027, approximately 85 to 98% of the current global silver reserves by 2050, according to a study from Australia. Wow. That is big, and that's just PV cells, photovoltaics, solar. Think about electric vehicles as well. If you think we have enough silver to go green, you are a daydreamer. You're a dreamer, like I think Keith Neumeyer said. It said if If you truly think we have enough silver to go green, you are living in La La Land. But anyways, that's important stuff, folks. I don't know if you guys understand how big of a deal this is. And and look, here's a chart from 2012 to 2022, their silver reserve. 2021, they were only pushing what? At the top, it was around 4,000 tons. We're looking at from jewelry fabrication, which was one of the biggest. And then 2022 doubled to above 8,000. Doubled, which it was not expected, by the way. And then you also have China, which is the biggest consumer of silver, which China has opened up this year, meaning that China is also going to be importing boatloads of silver again, which hasn't been for the last couple of years because it's been closed. China reopens now, the biggest consumer. So there's a domino effect happening. There's a domino effect happening. And who knows with the Brics nations where that's going to lead. If you didn't watch my last video, I highly recommend it. It's Putin talking about holding gold and, land and food and stuff like that. But he mentions gold as being very important and how this could be immediately effective to some extent. It's a very important video. I highly recommend you go watch it. But regardless, it makes sense. China, we're talking about Brics nations. Brazil, Russia, so Russia being one, India being the next, and then China. Russia, India, China. The three countries in the middle of the Brics nations, Russia, India, China. Brics, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Those three middle countries are the biggest consumers. And those are the ones that is building a digital currency backed by physical commodities that is trying to sweep all the silver off the face of the earth and kick the United States dollar out. This is serious stuff. Andy Schekman's been right this whole time. Which, by the way, if you guys want to buy silver, I highly recommend you send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Send an email there. Ask them what their inventory list is. Ask them what their deals are right now. Special discounts. Let them know I sent you. That will help you out. If they know you came from over here, Andy and I have a weekly show together. That'll help you out as well. And I highly recommend that you go take advantage of that opportunity, especially building a business relationship with them. Could be massive because Andy Schekman moving forwards can fill $50 million orders where these other sites and dealers cannot do that. And that's because Andy has the connections. He is one of the most well-connected people in the industry. And if you start buying through him and he gets to know you, which he will get to know you, that could be massive for you. It's like having a direct source to it, the biggest dealer, and it's like buying from your friend instead of buying from some random site. That could be very beneficial. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I'll link this article in the description from Shift Gold. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like the video if you liked the video. Go enter my giveaway. Highly recommend it. I'm doing some massive giveaways. And it's just really cool to see. Really cool to see how all the replies, like it's overwhelming sometimes. It really is, like, to read all this, how much support and how many of you guys appreciate my videos and how many people have started stacking because of me. And like, it's insane. It is insane. Like, some people didn't even comment. She just said, "Hello, Silver Slayer. As always, great content. Thank you for the warning," which I'm talking about the bots. Didn't even, and like this person, love your content over the years. All the best, Silver Slayer. Like, people aren't even just entering. They're just saying thank you, right? And that's the silver community, man. Anyways, yeah, I appreciate you all so much. Make sure you go enter, may the luckiest stacker win. Thanks for tuning in. There's a Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.